So, welcome to Trinity Sixth Form's live Q&A with the Pupil Leadership Group. Thank you for joining us today. As a Pupil Leadership Group, we're always here if you don't want to talk to a teacher for whatever reason, but we're also here to make sure your Sixth Form experience is as unique as possible, as we organise many events around the Sixth Form. My name is Ella Hiley and I'm Head Girl at Sixth Form. I take English Language, English Literature and History. Now I'm going to pass you on to the rest of the team.
Hello, my name's Dylan Johnson. I'm Deputy Head Boy. I study Applied Science, Sport, EPQ and Core Maths.
Hi, my name's Shazna Ali. I'm Deputy Head Girl and I study Biology, Applied Science and Sociology.
Hello, my name is Gertrude Collins and I'm a member of the Pupil Leadership Group and I study Biology.
Hi, I'm Safiya Nadeem. I'm also a member of the Pupil Leadership Group and I study Economics, Politics and English Language.
I chose Trinity truthfully because I went to the old building, but I wouldn't have been able to have the same experience without the teachers here. It was definitely the best choice for me, so I wouldn't have been able to grow as a person anywhere else.
I originally at the start of the year decided I wanted a fresh start and started at a different college, but after a few weeks I found myself getting behind on all my work and I found it very difficult. Within a few weeks I moved to here and it was the best decision I'd ever made. They helped me catch up on all my work and I stayed on top of it all year round.
I started at different colleges and Trinity was the best decision because they have supported me with mental health and also workload. They give me the independence that I need, but also the support that I need.
I joined Trinity because I knew it was the best place for me to grow as a person. I do think it was the best choice because I don't think any other school could have given me the skills and the qualities that I need, such as mental toughness, to prepare me for life outside of education.
I chose Trinity because it was a fresh start as I was joining from a different secondary school and it was the best decision I've made as the support I've received here is beyond what I could ever ask for.
Why Trinity? It's a diverse and multicultural setting. It prepares students for the world ahead. It's a safe and comfortable environment. It promotes individuality and it's a fresh start.
I was lucky enough to go to Trinity Sixth Form when it was the old building, but the new building is definitely a change for the better. The location is right in the heart of town, meaning we're part of a wider community, which means we get to change the stereotype of teenagers. The Sixth Form is close to transport, such as the buses, and then of course there are places to get food nearby. It's not isolated anymore.
We haven't been in the new building long. We've only been here since September 2020, but we've already accomplished so much. As you can see on the PowerPoint, there's a list of things we have already accomplished. One of the big things we accomplished as a Sixth Form was the Rotary Shoebox Appeal, where we as a Sixth Form were able to fill over 100 shoeboxes with toiletries to provide to families who were struggling financially during the pandemic.
Here at Trinity Sixth Form Academy, we have a range of facilities such as the Achievement Centre, which is a place where you can go to do your independent study, where you can revise. It is quiet time for you to get on with your work. We have the Art Barn, which is where if you're an artsy kind of student, it is the perfect place for you to create art and to create your portfolios. We have a drama studio, we have a photography room, and we have many science labs here. We also have Trinity Eats, which is a place where you can socialise with your friends and you can eat food. And we have many computer rooms here as well. What you must realise is that the facilities here at the Academy are state-of-the-art and they are brand new.
Enrichment opportunities pre-pandemic. Before the pandemic, we had a vast range of enrichment opportunities available for all students to take part in. These were a mixture of individual activities and group activities such as languages, debate club, textiles, dance and many more. We had a large range of sporting clubs such as football, netball, badminton, gym sessions and dragon boating. These will all be up and running when we are able to do so. Enrichment opportunities during COVID. Obviously we've had to switch them up a bit, but we still have loads to offer. During the pandemic, there have been a number of enrichment opportunities that we've been able to continue, such as Duke of Edinburgh. Throughout all lockdowns, our Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Silver students have continued to work very hard for their awards. The Pupil Leadership Group is also going very strong and has not faltered during the pandemic. The Academy has responded well to the pandemic and has ensured that the enrichment programme has not suffered. We now have a COVID-19 enrichment programme which includes a large variety of opportunities that can take part in from the safety of your own home and local area. For example, online personal development courses, sign language, first aid, learning to cook, as well as many more fitness challenges.
From personal experience, I can tell you that moving from GCSEs to A-levels is terrifying. But at Trinity, everyone else is in the same boat as you. And you have to remember that you are not alone, and the support here is beyond anything you could ever ask for.
We have different student support teams. You have your PPT, who is your personal progress tutor, who is there to support your journey through sixth form, and they are always there to help. There's the Pupil Leadership Group, who are also willing to help and are found around sixth form. There's the safeguarding team, if there's any concerns regarding your safety, or if you need to talk about anything. And all the teachers are approachable and friendly, and you can go to any of them for help.
Here are just a few of the student opinions from students who are currently here. As the building is in the heart of Halifax, some have said that it's perfect location. They believe that the building is beautiful, and they believe that the support that they've received through lockdown especially has been amazing, and that Trinity has helped them to realise their true potential.
First of all, we'd like to thank you all for coming. We hope to see you next year. If you have any questions regarding specific entry requirements, term dates, and more like this, you can visit the Trinity Sixth Form Academy website. Or if you have any questions regarding course information or subject tutors, you can visit the Padlet, or even the YouTube channel, which is Trinity Sixth Form Academy, for subject taster videos. We are now going to open up the floor to any questions you may have. Please use the chat function to do so.
Is there a dress code? At Trinity, we like to dress smart, casual. There isn't an exact dress code, but we like to look presentable.
What is the Trinity Sixth Form interview like? Well, at Trinity, we basically have a teacher from Trinity interview and talk through why Trinity would be the best for you.
A normal day at Trinity Sixth Form is different between Year 12 and Year 13. Year 12 would typically start at 9:15 and we would finish up until 3 o'clock. The Year 12s would start at 9:45 and they would finish at 3:45 in the afternoon. Obviously, it's a bit different now during COVID on how the day works because you've got to social distance when you can. But once it's back to normal, everything will be much better and easier.
What are the sporting facilities like at Trinity? We have strong links with college councils such as Northbridge Leisure Centre.
On work.
I would just like to make sure, if you have anything that's subject specific, please do contact the school as we don't know all the information regarding specific subjects.
What does the timetable look like at Trinity? Starting in September, Year 12 will run from 9:15 to 3:15 with 2 50-minute sessions with a short break in the middle plus a 45-minute lunch. Most students will have 6 blocks of lessons plus a personal development session and an enrichment session timetabled into their week with additional achieve.
You can change your options. At the beginning of year 12, there's a 2-week period where you are able to change your options if you don't enjoy one of them. But I'm sure the subject range we offer at Trinity will be suited to everyone.
The step from high school to sixth form is very difficult, but yes, there is a range of support for you from teachers, from your PPTs to help you get through the process and to make it a much more easier transition.
Where do we change our options if we want to? Before we have a small office inside the school where teachers will usually be working, and you can just go to any of your local PPT. If you're struggling with the subject, you can have a chat with them. You can try a range of different subjects till you find the right one for you.
Does the building have LGBTQ+ friendly facilities? At Trinity, we accept everyone of different faiths, religions, races, sexual orientations. We are an inclusive academy and we offer support to everyone.
How many people are in a class on average? In my class is around 10 people, but it varies depending on how popular your subject is.
Is it a good place to study medicine and when is the exam? From my own personal experience, I do believe that Trinity is the best place to take medicine at university. I have received a range of support from my teachers and my PPT to help me with the medicine application. Applying to medicine is difficult and it does require a lot of commitment and hard work, but from the teachers, they help you prepare for the BMAT and the Ucas examinations. They provide you with a range of resources to help you with this, and all I can say is just be committed and do your best.
Can you change options if you don't enjoy a subject? Yes, you can. During Trinity, in the first, we have a 2-3 week period where if you don't like your subject, you have the opportunity to change it all up. However, if it gets later on in the year and you're still struggling and finding it very difficult, we also offer changing your subject to studying EPQ and core maths to ensure you can get to the point for Ucas.
What kind of mental health facilities are available? I have a lot of mental health support. There's a safeguarding team, there's any teacher you can go to. I have a good relationship with all my teachers, so I can speak to them. And you have your PPT, who's a personal person that you can go to, and they'll be with you throughout your whole sixth form experience, and you can speak to them about any problems you're having.
Is it hard taking 3 subjects? Of course, A-levels are going to be hard, but with the support you get from your teachers, it makes it a lot easier for you.
Are there free periods if we need to catch up on any work? As of now, during the pandemic, we have 5-hour lessons 3 days a week, so there aren't free periods. But on a usual school day, pre-pandemic and obviously post-pandemic, there are free periods throughout the week for you to catch up on any work that you need to do. Is it an easy environment to settle into, like making friends? So I came from a different secondary school and it come from the main Trinity building. So I came here not knowing anyone. I would say it took me maybe 2 or 3 weeks talking to people in my class to make friends. It was so easy. With support provided by the school, with just everyone being in the same boat as you, everyone's scared. And the Pupil leadership group is also there. To help you settle into sixth form, because it is a scary time, but we are here to help you.
As well as taking the options, do we need to take either maths, English or science? No, here at Trinity you have the opportunity to take any subject or any course you'd like to take. You don't need to take science, English or maths, it's completely up to you. We offer a wide variety of subjects that meet the needs of yourself.
Is there any support to Ucas applications at the end of the course? There's loads of support from your PPT when looking at university and Ucas applications, as they help you and talk you through it and help you write your personal statement.
Just to touch up on that question, we usually with the Ucas, we don't leave it all till the end. We usually do it part through the year so we can get it done and get it up to a good standard for when you're applying for university.
What would you have done differently when joining Trinity? If I'm honest, I don't think I would have done anything differently because Trinity was amazing when having new students. The support from teachers, the subject range, everything was just perfect for me. So I don't think personally, I don't know about anyone else, but I wouldn't have changed anything when joining Trinity.
What do you feel will be your biggest challenge coming to the sixth form? Obviously, the transition from GCSE to A-level is very difficult. For me, that would be the biggest challenge. And the biggest challenge would also be being in a new environment, adjusting to new teachers, and being able to manage the workload of A-levels. But I feel like if you organize your time well, then it's not really the biggest challenge ever. I think you'll be able to manage sixth form.
Is it harder for students to get in if they didn't go to Trinity Secondary School? As I've said previously, I didn't go to Trinity Secondary School, and I wouldn't say that it's harder for anyone to get into Trinity. As long as you have the grades, it's equal chance for everyone.
How long are the lessons, or does it vary? There are 250-minute sessions with short breaks in the middle.
What are the facilities like for chemistry and biology? I take biology and I did take chemistry, and the facilities are amazing. We have science labs for practicals and they're big, and we have a lot of equipment, and yeah, it's great.
What are the facilities like for English literature and language? I just want to remind everyone, if you have got any subject-based questions, to go onto the website. But the facilities for every subject are as amazing as they could be, as they're all state-of-the-art.
The lessons are 250 minutes, but it's split throughout the day. So it starts with 9 for year 12, it's 9:15 to 10:30 a.m. Then we have a 15-minute break, and then another hour and 15-minute session. Then we have a 45-minute lunch, and then from 12:45 to 3:15 is your last lesson of the day. But that's during the pandemic.
Are the facilities available to use after the school day? After the school day, some of the facilities are available to use. You can go to the Achievement Centre, which is a place where you can do your work quietly, and you can go around and you can ask your teachers for support after lessons as well.
There's a question there that says, what would you have done differently when joining Trinity? And for this, it changes for everyone. But for me personally, I feel like the key is in year 12, you need to get started with your work early. You might feel like your course is 2 years long, but it's going to go fast. You need to keep up with your work as fast as you can and get it all done to the best possible standard.
How has it changed with COVID? So obviously the pandemic has changed stuff completely. Where we were in school, now we're obviously online school. I would say obviously the times have changed of lessons, but support-wise, the school still offers amazing support, even though we're not in physical school. PPTs are always ringing to make sure everything's okay, to make sure you're in lessons. I'd say not much has changed content-wise. It's just the movement from physical school to online school at the moment. But Trinity has been amazing with supporting everyone during these extenuating circumstances.
Was it easy to settle into Trinity and get used to the building? For me personally, I came to Trinity a year after I finished high school, and it's been the easiest for me to settle into rather than college. And I think that's because of the support system and the amount of support I got. Originally, I was nervous and I was scared, and then when I started, I got amazing support from the teachers, and everybody in the sixth form is friendly and approachable, and yeah.
Is mental health an issue for Trinity? What if someone couldn't complete their work due to mental health? As someone who suffers with mental health problems, Trinity has been so supportive for me. When there's been times where I haven't been able to complete my work on time, my teachers have been understanding. They've understood that I might not be able to do it on the deadline, and they've been happy to give me extensions on my work. So yes, Trinity would be completely supportive if you had issues with your mental health.
What's it like finding your way around the building? Is it easy? When I came from the old building, I thought it was going to be a massive struggle to try and find my way around, because from the outside it can look big and complicated. But on the inside, it's really easy to find your way around, as there are subject-specific floors, and I found it really easy.
Are you allowed to leave Trinity to get lunch somewhere else? We have Trinity Eats downstairs, which is a restaurant, and they offer varieties of food, and we also can go out at lunchtime, and it's in the heart of Halifax, so there's a lot of food shops around.
When do you find out what forms you're in? So we have obviously the first day you'd be assigned your forms, and you'd meet everyone in your tutor group.
What is online school like for me? Online school for me personally, it is a very hard adjustment for me, because I'm the type of person that likes to be interactive in class, and I like asking my teachers questions all the time in lessons. But personally, I am seeming to adjust more to online school the more that we are doing it. I just think you just need to have open communication with your teachers about whatever is going on in the lesson, and that will help you get through it.
Are we allowed to dye our hair? Well, I don't know if you can see, but I do have dyed hair. Trinity promotes individuality. We want everyone to be their own person, and yeah, you can dye your hair, as you can see.
Are you treated more like adults? When I first joined the sixth form, I was shocked at how much we were treated like adults, as it's a massive change from Gcse, but it's definitely better that they treat you like that.
Is there a strict dress code? Of course, Trinity wants to prepare you for your work life. So in a workplace environment, there would be business casual wear, but there isn't a strict dress code. I'm very big on my fashion, so I love to dress extravagant. So I don't think there is a big strict dress code in Trinity.
What would a typical first day be like? A typical first day would involve you getting to know your PPT, getting to know your teachers, as well as getting to meet other people in your classes as well.
I'll take it. Touching on the question of how quick the teachers respond, yeah, the teachers try their best to email us back as quick as possible. Obviously, there's certain times if you're emailing them at 3-4 in the morning, they might not get back to you straight away. However, if you message them at an appropriate time, they will try their best to get back to you as fast as possible. I'm touching on the question with the patterns and haircuts and slits. As we've said before, you're your own person, and we do allow to get what you like to do. Obviously, you know that these standards need to be met at Trinity, and there's certain things that we don't accept. However, slits, as long as they're natural and they don't look like they don't show off too much, then you are allowed them, yeah.
How many exams do you sit in first year? We have something called PCs, which are progress checks, and we have 5 of them in the first year, and it's based on the topics you've studied. In BTEC subjects, you might do some actual exams as well.
Touching on that, as I do 2 BTECs, in my first year of 1 BTEC, I did 2 exams, I think I did, and then the other subject I also did another 2 exams, because you usually do 1 exam, but we also offer resits and stuff like that. So last year I did 4 exams, 2 resits for 2 subjects.
Can you have piercings in other than just your ear? You are allowed piercings at Trinity, as we want you to be an individual, like just to be able to show off how you're feeling with your appearance, but as long as it's appropriate.
What's the rule with phones, etc.? Well, of course, you can't be scrolling through TikTok while listening to your teacher. But yes, Trinity does allow the usage of phones when appropriate, obviously at lunch, at break, maybe even in lessons if you're allowed to listen to music while completing your work. But obviously, you have to be appropriate when using your phone.
What separates Trinity Sixth Form from others? Well, I started at Calderdale College, and I feel like obviously Trinity's, people might say it's strict, but I feel like they do the best for you. At other colleges, you're very on your own. It's very dependent. I feel like sometimes you feel like you can't go to teachers for help. Here at Trinity, all they do is offer support after support to come and help you with your work, so you can stay on top of it.
When exams are near, will interventions take place? So at Trinity, we have something called Achieve. If you're from the lower school building, you'll understand what that is. But it's basically like intervention. So currently, before the pandemic, I was in my English Achieve, and we used to go over stuff from lessons in order to help us really drill in that knowledge. And it will happen closer to exams to help people rise and learn the content. Can you bring your laptop to the sixth form and work on that, or is it all written work? Actually, I do bring my own laptop into sixth form. I started in year 12 because I found it easier for me to write. So yeah, you can. A lot of students do that because it's easier for them. So yeah, you can.
What are the main positive differences between this sixth form and other colleges? This sixth form encourages you to be yourself, but gives you support even if you are being treated like an appropriate adult. It helps you a lot to get on in life, as it teaches you not just things you need to know for your academic life, but your life outside of school.
What do you like most about your school/courses? Which course out of the ones you take is your favorite? Not to be prejudiced, but I do love politics. Politics is my favorite lesson from the courses that I choose because I'm able to voice my own opinion. And it's just fun because we interact with people who obviously have different viewpoints. We're able to learn content. We do at the moment we do in America, and it's just so fun learning about different places and how they work. What do I like most about Trinity as a school? I think I like how everyone's like a big family. And I know it's cliche to say that, but everyone is as like family. You have people from different schools that just come together and we just have a good time.
To add on to what Sophia said, my favourite subject is chemistry. Chemistry because I love doing practicals and I love playing with like acids and alkalis. That's my favourite subject. And to add again, Trinity is like a community, and I feel like the friends that I've got in here, they're always there to support me as well as the teachers.
My favourite subject that I do is English literature, as I absolutely love to read, and we get to do Shakespeare, which is my favourite topic.
My favourite subject is sport. I love learning everything about it. I love playing sport, and here they offer us a wide range of different things that we can do. We also have different sport clubs. We do like running sessions. We do different actual sports. We've got a lot of things here that we offer within sport. The main thing that I like about the actual Trinity building is I feel like every day you don't know what to expect. It's something new. You never come in knowing it's going to be boring. You always know there's going to be something new, there's going to be something fun to do. I feel that's the best thing about coming here.
I agree with Sufyan, and I think that Trinity is a big family, so that's my favourite part about Trinity. And my favourite course is probably sociology, because there's just a lot of debate and writing, and it gets me away from the science that I do as well, because that's all just facts, and it's something different.
Do you have to be on time to your lessons, or can you be a little late? So of course, punctuality is a big thing, because when you go out into the big wild world, you're going to have to be punctual to your workplace, or else you'd get fired. Of course, if there's valid reasons why you're late, that's okay, but do try to be on time for your lessons, as every minute of your education is important.
Can you join a sports team if you're not studying sport at A-level? Yes, you can join a sports team if you're not studying sports at A-level. They want everyone to be inclusive in all the activities that are happening at the academy.
Are practicals common in science? We do a lot of practicals because we have something called a practical endorsement certificate that you have to pass by the end of year 13 to get the grade that you want to get. So we have quite a few during the year.
Do you have any sports teams? Yes, we do have different sports teams. Last year, before COVID, we had football, netball, badminton, etc. But here at Trinity, what we've trying to do is we're open to like ideas. So if any of you want to start a new sports club or have any ideas of a sport you'd like to do, we're open to listen to what you want to do and start that club for you if we can get enough members.
For biology and chemistry, is it mainly written work or practical work? So we do practicals and then we do the written work based on the practicals, but we do a lot of written work as well because there's a lot of content in science.
What happens if you break one of the Trinity rules? You'll get a consequence depending on what rule you break. Please try not to break the rules. And at Trinity, we give behaviour points if you did break them.
Adding on to what Ella said, and one of the questions, we don't do detentions, but yeah, we do adhere to a behaviour point system, which you can actually track yourself and see where you're getting your most behaviour points, whether it be missed deadlines, which independent study, or if it's just being late to lesson. So yeah, we do adhere by a behaviour point system, but no, we don't do detentions.
What are the rules? Obviously at Trinity, we don't have any specific rules because we're much older now, and the expectation of Trinity is to be professional at all times, like dress professional, act professional. Like we've got ages ranging from 17 to 19. We're old enough now, so I feel like just be professional, act how you would do if you were in a workplace, and that's the only rule we need to follow, really.
If you do have any subject-specific questions, please remember to contact Trinity Sixth Form, the website, or contact us by email, or even check Padlet, because obviously we aren't clued up about every subject.
To answer the question, do we get like a personal mentor and advisor? We get something called PPTs, which are your personal progress tutors. And once a week, you have a block called PD, which is personal development, which is a block of lessons where they go through different things to do with your Ucas, what you want to be in the future. And you can talk to your personal progress tutors about anything that you need help with whatsoever.
How do you track your own behavior system? So we have this website, prob.com, where we are able to log in and view our own behavior points. It's only just rolled out to students, and I've used it quite a lot, and I've seen where I'm going wrong behavior-wise, and it actually helps me to be better as a person. If you're struggling in lessons, is there someone like a teacher or other student you can tell to help you? So you have different points of contact. You have your PPT, which is your personal progress tutor, who is there for anything you need. We also have your actual subject teachers as well, because every teacher here at Trinity is supportive. But if you feel like you can't turn to an adult, which is obviously, it's normal, some people don't want to talk to an adult, you do have your pupil leadership group, and members of them who will help you with any problems you have, and whether to go to a teacher with you in case you're unable to do so yourself.
Just to touch on what Sophia said there, what I've noticed is we do have specific teachers to help you with specific needs. However, since over the past time I've been here at Trinity, I've noticed that any teacher's willing to help you. So even if they're not your specific teacher, you can go to any teacher and they will be willing to give you the support and help you need.
Your teacher is not explaining things.
Your teacher is not explaining things, are you allowed to listen to music in class? If your teacher allows you to listen to music in class, then yes, you can. But if your teacher is not explaining things and you're doing classwork, it's a professional environment, you have to remember that. So unless it's the permission is given to you, then no, you aren't allowed to listen to music.
Just to touch on that, the chances are your teacher will not allow you to listen to music in class because you need to stay professional and keep up with your work at all time. Obviously, in your own free time, break, dinner, you can listen to music. However, when you're in the classroom, you need to make sure you pay full attention. It's not just for the teacher, it's for yourself. You need to keep up with your work. So it's for you, not for them.
Would you still get extra time for A levels if you did for GCSE? Personally, I don't get extra time, but I do know of people that do. And yes, you do get extra time if you did for GCSE, as long as you let Trinity know.
How long is lunch and break? Break is 15 minutes and lunch is 45 minutes.
Do you have lockers? No, we don't have lockers here at the academy.
To carry on from what Gertrude said, I know it's not been asked, but I did see a question earlier on about stationery. You do have to provide your own notebooks, your own pens, pencils, because you're now coming on to 16, 17 years old, and it's preparing you for a future where you will have to get your own stuff. So yes, so stuff like your ring binders or your notebooks, you do have to provide that yourself. But there is bursary available for students who are who need it.
To add on to what Sufyan said, for practical subjects like biology, chemistry, and physics, they do provide you with pad books where you write everything that you've done in the practical inside that book.
Sorry, I found that was on mute when I answered that question about football. So the question with football and do we take it as a specific course? No, we do not take it as a specific course. Within sport, we have a range of different sports that we do. We cover football, all sports within sport. However, we do offer extracurricular classes and sports clubs where you can play football and join a football team. We have football matches, football tournaments, but no, we don't take it as a specific course.
Do we have form? As of now, we don't have form, but we do have PD sessions where where we go through stuff like mental health awareness, relationships, where we talk about access points and just things that will help prepare you for future life, including Ucas. There is PD sessions on Ucas and how to fill in your Ucas application.
Is there a limit on behaviour points? There is a limit on behaviour points, but as well as behaviour points, you also get achievement points when you're doing good things. So you need to get more achievement points than you are behaviour points. But if you do get too many behaviour points, then you can go and report.
Again, about grade entry requirements, we can't answer that because we obviously aren't clued upon that. But if you do have questions relating to that, please do contact the school. Do you have to go to form every day like you do at high school? Like I said before, we don't have form. We do have PD sessions which occur for 1 hour every week, but no, you don't have to go to form because as of now, we don't have form.
During COVID, will some students still be going into the building? Me, Shazna and Sufyan are still coming into the building currently, as we're finding we don't have access to computers and laptops at home. We're encouraged for people to stay at home. However, if it's desperate needs and you need to be in the school, we can work around it and try and get you inside the building where we best can.
Is the virtual tour available on YouTube or just the Sixth Form's website? There are a lot of videos on the Sixth Form's YouTube of just introducing the Sixth Form, and it's got a few of us in it.
Again, for questions obtaining to specific subjects, please do visit Padlet or the Trinity Sixth Form website, as none of us here do health and social, so we can't answer your subject-specific questions. Is there a library? We don't have a library at the moment. We are in town, so there is access to the Peace Hall Library, which is nearby. So since we are in town, we have access to a wide range of resources external to the Sixth Form.
Would I be able to do double health and social with one other subject? Obviously, we can't answer every subject-specific question, but I do know you can take a double BTEC and another subject or another BTEC with it.
Do we get out with Sixth Form? Sorry, I was muted again when I answered that question. Yes, we do get help on what to do after Sixth Form. Throughout the year, we try to meet the needs of the students. So we look at apprenticeships, jobs, university. Obviously, different things meet the needs of different people. Some people want to go to university, some people don't want to go to university. But we look through it and try to find the best thing for ourselves, really, because everyone's different. So we have your PPTs, your personal teachers who will speak to you about it and help you find the right choice for you.
Can you meet mates who go to other colleges in Halifax during break and lunch? Yeah, if you're outside the building, you can meet who you want because that's your time, but they can't come inside.
How many days a week do we have classes? As of now, we have classes 3 times a week, one day per subject. So for me, I'm in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but it varies from person to person.
What time is lunch and what time is break? So you have your first lesson at 9:15, and then you have break at 10:30, and then you have another lesson, and then you have lunch at 12.
What is the latest time you're allowed to stay in school after hours? So I've actually been in school till the latest time, and that was 5:30. So it depends on when the teachers are going home. So at the moment it is 5:30. It might be later when you start, hopefully when you start. So we sit in the AC for them hours, and you can just catch up on your work. You can print stuff off that you need to print off, as we have access to printers in the AC. What makes you stand out from other students who apply? Well, being yourself, being an individual, being someone who shows that they're dedicated, someone that knows what they want, just being someone who's prepared to do whatever they can to be the best person they can be. So just standing out is just being yourself, really. That's how you stand out, because everyone is unique in their own ways.
Is there any places we can go after school to study? As I said previously, you can go to the Achievement Centre after school to go and do your independent study and to do your work.
Do you need to wear a mask due to COVID? So well, I can show you right now. I do have my mask here. You do have to wear a mask when you're outside of lessons. So when you're inside a classroom like we are now, we don't have to wear masks because teachers wouldn't be able to hear us. But when you're walking in the corridors, you have to wear a mask to limit spreading germs to people. Same with, we do encourage you to wear masks outside of sixth form too, just so you're not risking your own health or other people's health when you enter the sixth form.
What time does school start and finish? In September, it'll start from 9:15 and it'll finish at 3:15.
Are you allowed to go outside the school when it's lunch or break? We do encourage you to go outside when it's lunchtime to get your food and stuff like that, just to help with the community links as well.
When do we get informed about interviews? Obviously, I can't speak for everyone because I'm not you, but it will be after, I think it's after 21st of February, I want to say, like mentioned before. So that should be when you get informed about interviews. But don't worry if it's not the 22nd that you're getting it. It will come to you soon.
What are the extracurricular clubs on offer? I spoke about this in the enrichment earlier. Before COVID, we offered gym sessions, badminton, football, netball. Obviously, during COVID, it's a bit different, and we've got stuff such as Duke of Edinburgh, being a part of the Pupil leadership group, doing sign language, first aid. We also have stuff such as learning to cook. We've got different fitness challenges and stuff like that. I'm not too sure what it'll be like when you get here, depending on COVID, but like I said before, the extracurricular is open to a lot of you. So if you have any ideas of what you'd like to do, then the teachers are open and willing to listen to what you want.
I would just like to say we are in our final few minutes as well. So any questions you have, try to get them written as quickly as you can. But when you get email about the interview, do we receive the email through our school email, personal email? You'll get the email through the email you gave when you applied to Trinity sixth form.
What made us want to go to Trinity sixth form? Like I said earlier, I mostly picked Trinity because I did go to the lower school, but Trinity is just a different place compared to everywhere else. It's really independent, but you still get that extra help.
As I've also said previously, I chose Trinity because I just believed that it was the best place for me to grow as a person and to just build upon myself and the skills as well.
I chose Trinity because it was a fresh start and it was the best start for me. Also, what year are we all in? We are all in year 30. We are in our final year.
I chose Trinity because I liked what they offered me. I felt like what they offered and what they set out for us to do, like they have a vision of what they want us to do. They're always willing to help us achieve, and that's why I chose it here.
I chose Trinity because it was a new start for me. Obviously, from going to previous colleges, I found it more homely here because it feels like a family, and I've had a lot of support.
Do you have to take part in extracurriculars? It's widely encouraged as you need them to graduate.
Touching on what Ella said, yeah, as she said, you do need them to graduate. The list that Dylan mentioned earlier about enrichment, those are the extracurriculars you can do along with so many more. And honestly, although it might seem like something extra, it is so fun. Last year we did a mental health awareness and I just enjoyed it so much. Learning about mental health, the different types of mental health, it both educates you and you interact with something, and it gives you great depth of knowledge, really.
How many years do you spend? Yeah, it is 2 years typically. However, we also offer in your first year, if you are really struggling and you're still certain, we do offer the chance to resit if them places are available. So it could be 3 years, but typically it is a 2-year course.
Do you offer any extra learning support after or before college starts? At this academy, we do something called Achieve, which is basically just like an extra lesson, and it runs after lessons, and it's related to each specific subject. So it depends on what your teacher wants to do as well.
Will you get a behaviour point if you're late due to buses? When we were at the old building, my bus was horrible with timings. So I was late to a few lessons, but as long as it is a valid reason, you can't control buses. But I don't, as far as I know, I don't think you do. But it is, professional standards are, you are punctual, so do try to be on time. If it's not due to a bus, obviously that's an extenuating circumstance that you can't control. But do try to be on time as much as you can. And we would encourage you to get an early bus as well, because if you think that you're going to be late, an early bus would be more beneficial for you, so you don't miss out on your education.
So we're in the last minute now, so we'd like to thank you all for joining us today, and we really hope that we'll see you here next year.
If you do feel like you haven't had any questions answered, please do contact the school, because we want to make sure none of you are left confused. Bye, see you all next year.